Wealth is not just money. Anybody that is able to explain his success or his wealth in detail is not truly successful. There's a portion of success that you cannot account for. It just happened. Go and ask the wealthy of the wealthy, they will tell you. Everybody's not going to do business. If everybody's doing business, Dangote will not be where he is. Because guess what? People will have to work for him to be the richest man in Africa. The question now is, how can they be wealthy whilst working with Dangote? You can give to people, but the kind of help that brings people out of poverty is sacrificial help. You can't be poor because you're a career person. 99% of the problems of the young people who have, the solution is in mentorship. The greatest challenge in leadership is producing people that are like you, replicating yourself. There are 3 major portals through which any man can access wealth.
Hi, my team just pointed to me that more than 50% of you who watch our videos are not yet subscribers. Please, we'd love to encourage you to subscribe. It is how YouTube recommends more of this video to a bigger audience and more people like you. So do us this favor by subscribing today. Thank you for that. I hope you've done that. Mr. Emeka Omana is a business coach. And beyond business coaching, he has several other businesses that he has co-founded. He has one of the fastest rising real estate company in Nigeria. So Mr. Emeka, I would like to welcome you again. It's good to have you around.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much for coming. So let me start today's episode this way. You know, recently Oracle fired 30,000 plus of its workforce, mainly technical roles. So I'd like to ask, is increasingly becoming evident that stable salary no longer exists, or is building wealth about ownership today?
Wow. Well, with the emergence of AI, lots more are going to happen.
Okay.
A lot of people will lose their jobs and all that. But let's start first of all by talking about wealth.
Okay.
What really is wealth?
Correct.
What is wealth? Wealth is not just money. Money is part of wealth, but it has about 6 or 7 components of wealth.
Okay.
We have cash, which is the
Okay.
one everybody calls wealth.
Okay.
We have assets.
Okay.
We have health.
Okay.
We have relationships, strategic relationships.
Okay.
They are part of wealth. Experiences we go through in life is also an aspect of wealth.
Okay.
We have skills and knowledge that can also be converted into wealth. They are components of wealth. So when people say, invariably what I understood by your question is trying to say that being a paid staff or being a salary earner, you are not wealthy.
Okay.
So you have to transit into owning your own
Ownership.
to be
Yes.
wealthy.
Yes.
I kind of don't agree with that. A lot of people say that,
Okay.
but I don't think it's actually true. It's because those who are actually salary earners
Mm-hmm.
have not been able to explore the possibilities that are available to them.
Okay.
Basically, there are 3 major portals through which any man can access wealth: entrepreneurship,
Okay.
investment,
Okay.
and then career development. So people only talk about entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
They don't talk about how to be wealthy as a career person. Have you heard of intrapreneurship?
Yes. Sure.
Intrapreneurship.
Yeah.
Where as a career person,
Mm-hmm.
even though the chances are slim, I'm only talking about the possibility available there,
Okay.
so that we don't just write it off.
Mhm.
You can't be rich through,
Yeah. Entrepreneurship.
you can't be rich. No, it's not true. You can't. There are a couple of persons I know that are in paid employment
Mm-hmm.
and they are very, very wealthy.
Okay. I think let me
So-
take this. Okay. Go ahead.
Whilst I know where you're going to,
Okay.
whilst I will address the transition,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
important we also make it clear that people who are salary earners can still be wealthy.
Okay. So salary earners can be wealthy.
Can still be wealthy, yeah.
Okay. So let's establish that as an idea.
As
first.
an idea. So the next question will possibly be how. Maybe that will be in the next podcast.
Okay. Okay, no, we're not. We're not gonna take it to the next. We're dealing with it today. Okay. So first, you talked about almost 6 kinds of wealth.
Yeah.
So first of all, can you deal with that? Can you explain?
Okay, first
each
of all, we already know cash.
them? Yes.
Cash is money.
Mm-hmm.
You have money. Our society, they call you a wealthy person.
Okay.
The next is assets. We have liquid assets and we have assets that are not easily convertible to cash.
Okay.
We have near money assets like money market instruments that can easily be converted to cash. They are assets too.
Okay.
We have assets that are not easily also convertible to cash, but they're still part of wealth, right? Then we talk about health. Of course, if you are not healthy, you can't even think, not to talk of doing any business. So health is an important part of wealth. And I talked about relationship.
Yes.
Relationship. Do you know that relationship of all these components of wealth I talked about, relationship is the most valuable? How? Do you know, for example, you want to start a business, for example, that the easiest source of fund is supplier's credit?
The easiest source of fund is supplier's credit.
Supplier's credit. So anybody who has actually built good relationship with his suppliers has a better way, or easier way rather, to start a business than you that even has money.
Okay.
Because for example, when I wanted to venture into real estate, I didn't have money, no capital anywhere, nothing. I was just earning my salary, and I wasn't really doing anything apart from salary. So what happened was, I met this guy who linked to me with some other person who had acres of land at a certain location. And he said, please, I trust this person. He wants to venture into real estate. Give him this land. As he's selling, he will be paying off. So he gave me the plots of land for 400,000.
Okay.
And I started selling at 800,000. That's how we started. So while I was selling, I was paying him.
Okay.
And by the time we sold a quarter, because what I'm saying is not even like times two. Real estate, there are lots of hidden costs.
Okay.
So sometimes the prices we fix are not necessarily the price that people think. That's the honest truth.
Okay.
So after selling, we paid him off, and I now had excessive land left to me as my profit. And when we sold, of course, we had funds to now do 1 or 2 developments on the land to make sure the land is the value appreciates for the investors. Okay. So basically, that was how I raised my capital.
Relationship.
On relationship. So relationship is an aspect of wealth.
Good.
Experience, for example, is a whole lot of wealth. But the issue is people don't know how to convert experiences into money. Sure. I always say it's better to have 4 failed businesses than not to have 1 business. The man who has 4 failed businesses has a level of wealth that the one that has never tried any business doesn't have. But the issue now will be, how do you convert those negative experiences into wealth? And the most important thing is, what did you learn? For example, when I even started this real estate I'm talking to you about, I think for the first 6 months we didn't sell.
The first 6 months?
We didn't sell anything. Of course, I was a banker.
Yeah.
And I was a control officer, back office. Some of the trainings I was able to extend to some of my staff were things that I was taught in training school on customer service, selling. When I was in the bank, I was trained on how to sell, even though I was not going to work on the marketing side of the bank.
Salesperson.
As a banker too, the control systems we had in the bank was very easy for me to structure my business in such a way that it can actually run without me. I have good control system that even if I'm not on ground,
the business is running.
Those businesses are running. So the experience has helped me build control systems that help me leverage on my time to do other things and still make money. I have 7 gas plants. This year, I have not visited any of the gas plants.
You've not visited?
I have not visited anyone to say, hey, what's happening here? No. There are control systems built already that helps me monitor the gas plants without necessarily being there. I monitor both the operational activity, selling activity. Those experiences are experiences I got from the bank. So they are making money for me in those line of businesses. I'm able to save my time and now deploy it to do one-off businesses. I have pharmacies in Lagos that I'm an active member. I've not been there, any of those pharmaceutical places, not one. But I know what is happening in those pharmacies. I know how much they are making because of built-in control systems. Those control systems are able to be put on ground because I've worked somewhere and I've gathered experience. If you ask me, my children, they will either work in a bank first or work in a consulting firm, maybe the Big 4 audit firms, or a bank for at least 2 years or 3 years, just to learn how to manage, put controls in place, manage people, and learn the basic customer services. Then they can now come into businesses if they want. Those experiences are very valuable Because I met people in real estate and I know where I am and I know where they are now.
Correct.
Because of those advantage, that cutting edge I had that I didn't have was a lot. Then so I think another component of wealth is skill and talent.
Okay.
Skill or knowledge, basically.
Yeah.
Another word is knowledge or skill. Something you can do that somebody else cannot easily do. It's also an aspect of wealth. There are people that if you give them these flowers and they will sell it for you.
Correct.
It's a skill. Some of them may not necessarily be trained, but they're just skillful in being able to convince people. But guess what? They can actually have those skills. I don't know how to convert it to money. So if you meet somebody like Sabinus that can just do his face like this and it makes you laugh,
my money is rolling.
and he's doing it everywhere, and doesn't know how to, gather it and put it on social media to make money from it. Guess what? He has the skill, but he doesn't know how to convert it to money. Correct. So what I'm trying to bring out of it is this: when people talk of wealth, they only talk about money, and that's why it's easier for people to just say, "Hey, because you're earning salary, you're not rich. You can't be rich. You have to go and do business." Everybody's not going to do business. If everybody's doing business, Dangote will not be where he is, because guess what? People will have to work for him to be the richest man in Africa.
Correct.
The question now is, how can they be wealthy whilst working with Dangote? And that's what needs to be addressed urgently, and that's where entrepreneurship comes from. If I'm to talk about how, as an employee, you can be wealthy, the first counsel I will give you is start early.
Okay.
If you already identified that your route is, you have to go through. Me, for example, I came from a poor home. I'm the last of 4.
Okay.
My dad died when I was entering university. My mom, amazing woman, hardworking, but she never had the privilege to go to school.
Okay.
So, people say they are poor in the south. No, we were in the north. I was poor in the north.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you see where I came out from. The woman, my mom worked so hard. Yes, we ate, she was able to feed us, but in terms of being rich, no.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I knew for me then was, the only mindset I had was go to school, get a good job, and come and liberate your family.
Correct.
So I got a job. Funny enough, the last, but I was the first person to get a good job. So I started working in the bank with 200 and something thousand salary
Per month.
You have a whole family, you have whole things to do. So it didn't look like a pathway to wealth for me. But at the same time, I didn't know the things I know now. So if I'm to counsel somebody who is an employee on how to do, I say start early.
Okay.
When you start early, life basically, they say, is categorized into 4 major groups. From 0 to 25 is your learning phase. Yeah. 26 to 50 is your earning. Then 51 to 75 is where you consolidate what you've built.
Yeah.
76 to the day God calls you is just to be talking about your legacy.
Okay.
Maybe you've given back, you're thinking about what you've done until you meet your maker.
Yeah.
But for career people, from the age, if you ask me, from the age of 21, right now, people graduate from school at 20, 21.
Yeah.
Right? 20, 21, you start a career. Have it at the back of your mind that you really want to be wealthy. People just pursue career growth without necessarily having the mindset of being wealthy. So, as an entrepreneur, it's important you understand the business of your career.
Okay.
The career path you're in, you need to understand the business that is in that organization. What people do is that they focus on their specific line of action. If you really want to be wealthy as an employee, you must understand the business of your organization. In understanding the business of your organization, it puts you in an advantageous position. Because remember, I said knowledge is also an aspect of wealth.
Correct.
Because you know, the only missing parameter now will be networking. How do you meet the right people that can take advantage or help you harness that knowledge that you have? The person employing you, once he knows that you know, and you are also exposed to the right people that can create a competition for him, he will give you equity or he will give you commissions based on what you know.
So you are also saying that part of our problems with getting wealthy with employment is that we don't understand the business we are even doing.
We just focus on our tax.
Let's say we are working as customer service. We just focus. I'm a customer service person. I'm not interested in any other thing.
Thank you. I'm just a customer person, service person. I want to just mind my business. Let me work so hard. After 3 years, they'll give me promotion. I'll go to the next level. I'll focus on my tax. Let me work so hard. No. If you're working, for example, in the bank, you're into customer service.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong in knowing risk management. There's nothing wrong in knowing treasury operations. There's nothing wrong in knowing how tradings are done. You may not have in-depth knowledge,
Yeah,
but at least you understand how the bank makes money.
I understand.
Just by knowing that, it puts you in an advantageous position. So the issue is not career. The issue is knowledge. Yes, the process of being too wealthy in terms of cash might take a longer process because you're a career person.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm trying to just bring out is that you can't be poor because you're a career person. Do you know you can have passive investments as a career person in companies that you're not actively involved? You've built relationship, which I said is an aspect of wealth, and somebody is in business. As a career person, you can be a passive investor. You can own equity in businesses that you're not actively involved in, and you're making money. I just told you about pharmaceuticals. I'm not there.
Yeah.
But I own, and I'm making money from it. So you can decide, say, oh, I want to just walk and just live my life and just grow as I grew in my career path. The truth is that we just talked about Oracle sacking about how many people?
30,000 plus.
You're not in control of your future. For as long as somebody else is paying you, you're not in control of it. But what you can be in control of is the decisions you make today with what you earn.
Yeah.
Such that when they are asking you to leave, you will not completely be in a shock.
Yeah. He won't completely be in shock.
Yes. So you must plan. Don't live above. There are certain basic principles you must live by. Live far below your income. Save. Invest. Don't tell me, oh, my salary is 100,000. Even if it's 100,000, you can still save.
Sure.
Because there's no other way out. Then if you've identified that thing you want to do while as an employee, you can now start building relationship in line with what you want to do. You have to be very intentional in building relationship. Don't just make friends for the sake of making friends.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to. Who are the people there? They are successful there. Start buying gifts. Give them gifts without telling them what you want. Start connecting with them. Yes, go for their birthdays. Just show up. Ah, you're here. You came for me. Yes, ma. Thank you. I came here. Yes, sir. Thank you. No problem. The person doesn't know that you have a 5 years plan to connect to what he's trying to do. So when you show up in 5 years' time, he's not like, hey, who are you?
Yeah.
He already knows. He has end use. Oh, this is the person that gave me handkerchief that time I was doing my bed. Oh, how are you? That was so nice of you. When you tell him, sir, I want to come into this business, you're not necessarily asking them for money.
Yeah.
You're asking them for the connect. You're asking them to put in a word for you. I told you how my friend helped.
Yeah.
Put in a word for me to someone, and the person gave me land without a dime. Started selling, and I was paying him. So as a career person, you can still be wealthy. You just need to start early. And if you can, get the relevant certifications that will help you grow, because the more you grow, the more money you have, the more you're able to save.
Yeah.
To now do other passive investments, right? Then be intentional about building strategic networks. That is the major thing for me. Until we remove this mindset from employees that they have to live where they are working, that they will not be rich. The truth is that nobody will be rich, because at the end of the day, you trying to build wealth, you still need people who will work for you. But I'm only saying that whilst working, you can still be making passive income. You can still own businesses. You can still own equity, even in the company where you're working. There's a level of creativity you bring on board. The owners of the business themselves will make you a director. They will give you equity.
Yeah, I think we've been able to. Now, first of all, before I say this, I think in talking about different forms of wealth, you talked about relationship, capital, you talked about experience and skills or talent. I think there's one you talked about which has to do with God.
Yes,
Can you
it's
tell us about
the
that?
God factor. That's the truth, it's the God factor. Let me tell you what successful people do.
Okay.
When they arrive at success,
Yeah.
they begin to audit everything they did to get there, and now write a book and tell you, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this before I got here. Let me tell you the truth. As at the time they were doing it, they were not doing it like I have to do this. They didn't know. They just arrived, so they began to check what were the things I did. They now document what's in the book. Let me tell you the truth. Anybody that is able to explain his success or his wealth in details is not really successful. There's a portion of success that you cannot account for. It just happened. Go and ask the wealthy of the wealthy, they will tell you. Yes, you may do every other thing, but in terms of the commensurate results, you can't really attribute it to those things you did. There's a part for God. That's just the truth. It's just that sometimes some of us that don't want to be religious, we don't want to call it God. We just say, just did it and I was lucky.
Yeah.
Call it luck.
Yeah.
We call it, for we that believe also, we call it favor, help, the help of God. The truth is that you do your best, but you can't really attribute that result to that your best. But what happens is that when successful becomes successful, they look back in retrospect, not necessarily paying attention to what they were doing that time, but because they are now wealthy, they do what they call a backward audit and check, okay, this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I did, and then I'll put it in a book and tell you, if you do this, you get this result.
Yeah.
But they themselves, when they were doing it that time, it's not as if they paid attention to it, because success happened.
Correct.
So now whatever they say becomes an authority. And because they need to make more money, they put it in the book and tell you, I did this, I did this, I did this. You go and do exactly the same thing they did, you may not get the result.
Correct.
Under the same circumstance, you can do the same thing and not get the same result with them.
Very true.
So there's this aspect that we really can't explain. It's also a component of wealth, and that's why I tell people to at least have a walk with God. Pray for the help of God. Pray for the favor of God. Pray for the blessings of God. There are times that I've done real estate that it just happened. No effort. In fact, from my experience in real estate, sometimes the customer that comes and talk ends up not buying. The deals we close and make good money. The customer just come, hey, what is it? Is it this, that? Okay, fine. He has paid. All those your selling skill will not apply now, because you didn't need to do lots of talking to convince the person.
Look, I think we've been able to establish three things. You said there are three ways of making money. There's entrepreneurship, there is investing, they're not the same thing. Then there is career path.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So let's make progress. So after a decade in the banking system, how much of staying poor is really about mindset versus a structural or systemic reality, something we cannot explain or something we can explain? So how much is staying poor or making money? How much is it about how the person thinks, what sort of mindset is operating with?
That is basically the foundation of either you're going to be successful or poor. Mindset.
Okay.
You know, when you come from a poor background, chances are that the things you see, the things you hear, the things you've done have programmed your mind to think in a certain way. So because you're from a poor background, you have a poor mindset, it affects your decisions. You and I know that, for example, to be an entrepreneur, another word for entrepreneurship is basically risk taking.
Yes.
A poor man that have not seen 200,000 put together now sees 200,000. Because his instincts is survival.
Yes.
Chances are that he will spend that 200,000 on survival.
Correct.
You tell him about investing. What if I lose the 200?
Yes.
He won't want to take any risk. So chances are that he has a breakthrough, but he'll still come back poor. That's what we have in most of our churches now. One breakthrough to another. He has a breakthrough today. Check him out after 2 years. He's back looking for another, praying for another breakthrough. It's a mindset thing. But you see, wealthy people, when they see resources, because they've outgrown survival, they are thinking of multiplication, they are thinking of growth. It affects the decisions they make with those resources. So the first thing, actually, when you want to transit from being poor to being wealthy, is mindset. They have to renew. Even the Bible, when you become born again, the Bible subscribe.
Renew your mind.
The renewal of our mind. Because if your mind is not renewed, chances are that you go back to where you were coming from. So the reshaping of our mindset cannot be overemphasized. That is the foundation, actually. And then talking about structures and systems to now A poor man does not understand it. He doesn't, because he has not been exposed to it. The reason why we can be talking about a conversation on structure and systems is because you've seen one working.
Yeah.
When you're from a poor background, you've not seen anyone working. I know the amazing thing about wealthy people is that they like it when you tell them that they are lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gives them an opportunity not to show you how they became wealthy.
Correct.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen someone who said to me one time that they should just leave me, Joe, that I'm just a lucky guy. I was just lucky. I said, well, it's okay. I was happy today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I say, when I'm around the person, I say, oh, no, this thing is just luck. Oh, God just helped us. We are just lucky. And guess what? The person is still in the same position he or she was. Because she or she sees me as a lucky person. So, structures and system is mindset. I just talked about, for example, I have a real estate company running. I have a gas business running. I have a pharmaceutical. Structure and system. It's because I was exposed to the bank. I met wealthy people, successful people. I saw the way structures were working, systems were working. I understand delegation of job, work. I understand segregation of duties. Where I was coming from, there was nothing like that. It's the person running one shop is the one going to the market to buy. He's coming back. He's the one doing everything.
Yes.
And the whole idea for him is, if I bring another person, they will steal from me.
Yeah.
It will not work. So let me guide my money. And they remain small. True. So you must guide the gates to your heart. Your eyes, your ears are important. I just said something here earlier on. I said, I'm not on Instagram.
You're not on social media.
I don't have my Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I have the accounts, but they are not on my phone. The apps are not on my phone now.
Deliberately,
Yeah. I say I have to be there till the end of 2026. That's when I'll be back to social media. The only active social media lines I have my WhatsApp. That's all. And WhatsApp, I only post.
Yeah.
People see.
Yeah.
So I needed to be very focused because I needed to guide the things that go into my heart. So these are the things I want for this season to be in my heart, in my mind. So I stay focused on them. So relating to what we're saying, if you don't stay around successful people, there's a general saying that said if you have 6 millionaires, you stay around that, you'll be the 7th one. And it's true. If you don't hang around people who are successful, their chances are that the mindset shift will not be there. And if it's not there, even if, for example, God decides to give you out of the blue, you just came up and there's millions in your account. If you're not around people who know what to do with money, after a while, you still go back to being poor.
Sure.
What do you think happened to some of these boys that do Yahoo? They're from poor backgrounds. They do Yahoo and they make hundreds of millions. And somebody say, oh, it's because it's spiritual. It will go spiritually. No, it's not just spiritual. They don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do with the money.
They don't know what to do with money. So what do they end up doing? So all the things they never had as poor, they want to live the same life with abundance. So now he's staying in hotels, eating all kinds of meals, spending. Guess what? That same guy that defrauded somebody that made money, in the next few months you see him is still poor. I said, no, it's because he did it through like this. That is why the money flew. There's no money does not fly. Money is spent.
Money does not fly. Money is spent.
It's spent. So if that person, although he might have spiritual issues, but meet someone that is a good financial advisor, right, or gets good advisory services on how to apply those funds, he may be suffering spiritually, but you see that his money will be safe. If he meets me, I won't pray. I will use the money, show him how they invest the money. I'm not encouraging people to do fraud, but I'm saying that if I have access, I will tell him how to invest your money. It will not fly. It will not get missing. You will not lose the money. You will make profit from the money. The only thing is that your spiritual life will be suffering because of the means through which you got it. So mindset shifts. Knowledge basically is what reshape the mind. And like I said, knowledge is an aspect of wealth.
Interesting. And I think you said you worked in a bank and you're able to transition quickly, into, it's like it was so fast into building not just real estate company, you have a gas supply company, right? And other things you're also working on. So how are you able to quickly do all those things? I know you talked about learning systems from the bank that you replicated in all those things, but how are you able to say real estate is what I'm going to go into, gas is what I'm going to go into? How are you able to spot opportunities and quickly take action? Okay. Because a lot of persons can still identify things, but that inertia to move themselves to go into action It's also a problem.
I worry when I hear people say that they are not able to move into action. The truth is that I strongly believe that people fail in life because they have options.
Because they have options.
Yes. If all you have is what you've got, you have to succeed. I joined the bank in 2013, and then in the bank every year, Diamond Bank then. Every year, that's the Eastwell Diamond Bank.
Yeah.
Every year around March, April, there's what we call tsunami. Tsunamis, they will sack some people. 31st March, the list of sack, they will call people that HR will just call them, hey, sorry, the bank no longer leads your services, you're advised to resign. 1st April, the next day, promotion list will come out. So 31st, when staff are sacked, you will see other people that were not affected to say, oh more, this bank work, no security, no more, there's no hope. People are discouraged. Guess what? The next day, that person that was talking about his colleague that was sacked and was sad, his name is in promotion. He has forgotten about that his colleague is happy. He has moved on.
True.
And I've sat down with colleagues that a colleague that we were together was sacked. After maybe 2 months or 3 months, he's calling them. They don't pick their call anymore because that person is on the street. So for me, working in the bank, I had this mindset that it can be me any day. You can be a staff today, this year, next year you are sacked too.
Sure.
Unfortunately, that's the reality. You can be the best staff this year. Next year, your name is in the list of those that have been sacked. So I always knew that there had to be another way. And considering where I was coming from too, I knew that there was no other way. There had to be another means of survival. I was just in church and I met a lawyer friend, and I noticed the guy was doing well. I said, my elder brother is a lawyer. How come you are making so much money? He said, real estate. I said, really? How do I come into it? He started telling me this, that. And then because I work in risk management, we had customers who defaulted and they had some of the assets that were up for sale for realization. So I was like, I can partner with those in remedial. We can bring us some of the properties around us, and we can also put it up in the market and sell. And that was it. That's how I started. So I started as an agent. You want to sell your property?
Still maintaining your work?
Yes, still maintaining my work. I was doing it weekends, passively. I would just advertise. You want to sell your property? I put it up for sale. You want to buy? I will help you look for where to buy. I will make percentage. Until this my same lawyer friend was the one that I introduced me to. That friend, that person I told you that gave us land. So I now made it into a company. I transited from an agent into owning a company. Yes, I was selling and making commissions, but I discovered that people that own the property were making more money. So I transited into, let me get mine to start selling. And
another level of thinking.
Yes. So when I moved into owning, I started training realtors now. Basically with the experience I had at the bank, selling experience. Then I had 1 or 2 persons who were already working in real estate company. I invited them and paid them and gave them some money, and they came and trained my staff. As they were training them, I was also being trained. Because I can know how to sell, but doesn't mean I know how to sell real estate.
Correct.
Real estate has its own language.
Correct.
So I had people who had to come with those language. I had to learn to everything about documentation on real estate to be able to use the right words to communicate. And that was it. We transited into owning our own real estate company. So COVID also came.
Yeah.
So we were working from the house. That's the truth. I was also doing the bank's job, but because COVID was there, I had time to also focus on building something.
The business.
Yeah. So by the time COVID was done and they were asking us to resume bank, I was already a millionaire. And funny enough, when we resumed, of course, it became Access Bank.
Yeah.
When we resumed, a lot of back and forth. Hey, you have to now come back to Lagos. They wanted to move me back to Lagos. I started my banking career in Lagos. One day I was moved to Enugu. From Enugu I was moved to Benin, then moved to Asaba. Then they wanted to move me back to Lagos. By then I had already started business. My business was paying me far more than what the bank was paying. So I just told myself, I said, if I can give this business my all for the first 2 years, let me see what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I was already making some money. I took 2 years salary, my 2 years banking salary, and I put in an account. So every month I was paying myself the salary the bank was paying me when I was in the bank.
While doing the business?
While doing the business. So I didn't touch the business. The family was still living on salary. 6 months, the business was doubled. So there was no need. Funny enough, after that I had other offers with other banks, but then it was late. I knew I couldn't work again. And so transiting is, you need to know that there are no options. That if you really want to transit into your business, You have to tell yourself, convince yourself, in as much as I advise that you give your best in a place of work, but convince yourself enough to tell yourself that this is not my own. And because it's not my own, one day I will leave. In as much as I'm giving my best, even when I was back, I was a bit innovative. I brought out some innovations. I tried to do some things. You get what I'm trying to say? And I was doing well. My appraisals were good, you know? So, but I always knew that I can be the best staff today and tomorrow I'm not there. And because it's not mine, they can ask me to go.
Yeah, true.
And guess what? When they ask you to go, the bank is it's not emotion. It's emotionless about it.
No,
Even the colleagues you call your friends.
There's no emotion.
There's no emotion.
Yeah.
It's strictly a business decision.
Yeah.
Your value is no longer needed because we are not seeing what you're bringing. There are other people that are bringing more.
True.
And when you've grown, they say, oh, we can get a new trainee that can give us what you are giving us.
Correct.
Why do we need you? You are costing us more. It's strictly a business decision, right? So you also need to make a business decision.
You also need to make a business
Yes.
decision. Correct. True. You know, some people like to think about, okay, I take this step, I take that step, I take that step. So for the purpose of that, I think maybe you can help us do that. So what are the first practical steps anyone earning a modest salary can take today? Stop living paycheck to paycheck, waiting for 24th. Just like in some banks is 31st. So some people are always waiting for every 31st or every 24th for salary to come. So what are the 3 things I can do in preparation for building wealth so that I can get off this 24th or 31st?
The first thing is knowledge. And I always keep hitting on that. First of all, realize that you're not in a good position and that you want to change. Now, the decision of wanting a change will now determine the steps you take. Okay. What do you want to change to? I see people, for example, I like using bank because that's where I work. They work, go to bank in the morning, close in the evening, they come back home. As they're going home, they're on social media. Yeah. They check all the latest news, everything that is happening. They are aware. When they get home, they're also sleeping at night, they're on social media. Guess what? They're tired to read, but they're not tired to view social media. Yeah. And that person is saying, I'm believing God or something will happen. How? By what means? Even if it comes, you can't sustain it. You've made a decision that I'm living to what? If you are even, for example, you're in the bank, that places you in a good position because whatever it is you want to move to, chances are that there are customers or people doing it already. Correct. And because you're a banker, you stand a chance to building a relationship with them first. True. To get to know what they are doing. Because in Nigeria, for example, people talk about transiting into business. Do you know what happens? We only see the successful ones. In Nigeria, when 100 startups, probably maybe 5 succeeds. We have more failed businesses than the one that succeed. It's true. So people just jump into businesses thinking, hey, if I can just get the capital, I'll just go. No, you are the one thinking that capital is the problem. Capital is not the problem. If you can build relationship and understand that relationship is capital. Knowledge is capital. By the time you have harnessed the potential in knowledge, in relationship, you discover that what the volume of cash you need is small to really kickstart. So you need to know. I want to go and start. Me, for example, I have people that I'm mentoring and I try to support them in their businesses. I don't give them money anymore. All the people I've given money, all of them failed.
All of them failed? They
failed. The people I've given money to start, sir, I know this, I've learned this, 2 million. 6 months down the line is gone. The problem is not money. The problem is knowledge. So what I suggest now is before I support you in any first fund, have you done apprenticeship? Apprenticeship is that you must have somebody. Go and learn the business. Apprenticeship is not necessarily doing boy, but that you must go to the shop every day. Yeah. But you must be mentored and guided by somebody who is already successful in their business. Every business has a secret. And until you understand the underlying secret of that business, chances are that you will not be successful in it. You'll go and start a business and discover that you're making losses. Or you're expending so much fun on fixed assets. Meanwhile, you might not need to invest much in fixed assets if you met somebody who can guide you. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say? So knowledge for me fundamentally is key. Then the second one is discipline. The truth is, any successful business you see, most times I tell people, I said, from experience, I say, give it 2 years. I started gas business. The first year, I made losses.
The first year?
Losses. I started making profit from the second year.
Every month
loss. There were a couple of months within the year that I just broke even. I started learning that I can't run my gas business with diesel again. That the pump and the machines I'm using to pump my gas, that I can't use diesel. It's taking me a lot. I had to go and start looking for pumps that use solar, that are solar friendly. So I had to start changing. bought those that are solar friendly, solar, instill solar, discovered where to buy products from that are going to be cheaper. Thankfully, now I'm a distributor at Dangote. So I buy directly from him and I sell. I'm able to make. But when I started that, I just felt if you open, you just go and buy. My brother, I wasn't making money. So apprenticeship is there. Discipline is there. Discipline. The ability to show up every day. To be consistent, even when things are not going the way. Always remember this, that businesses are like babies, children. When you give birth to a child, the only thing you do is feed the child. Take care of the child. When a child grows up and becomes an adult like you, the child begins to take care of his parents. The business needs to grow to start taking care of you. One of the challenges we have is that we start a business, we want to feed from the business, we want to take care of ourselves from the business. A business that is struggling to stand, so it crumbles. Discipline is watching over the business. You're consistent, you're showing up every day, even when things are not going well. But you just know that for as long as you keep showing up, somehow your market share will increase. As your market share increases, your business begins to grow. It begins to strive. So discipline is very, very. You don't take money from your business, is separate from you. You don't go and every time you just go and say, hey, oh, there are goods in this shop, oh, you just go and dip money and take money. No. The business has to grow. It has to be profitable before you can now start taking care of it. And when you want to take things from your businesses, make sure they're well documented and they're well accounted for. You get what I'm trying to say? So, and also make sure you take cognizance of things like even assets, because assets are going to be replaced. So that thing you're calling profit is not profit. You must factor depreciation. You must factor everything holistically so that you make sure that if you need to replace an asset, you're not taking from the capital now because you've ate a profit that's not profit. Instead of setting aside money for asset replacement, you're going to pay rent. So it's not profit. Every month you're supposed to set aside an amount you're paying for rent. Except if the property belongs to you. You get what I'm trying to say? So you have to understand the discipline of business, because what people do is, I bought like this and I sold like this. Wow, this business is profitable. Not knowing that when you go in, that the operational costs are also high. So you need to understand the discipline of cutting out costs, and so that you remain profitable. You need to know all these things before even starting, if you ask me.
Before starting?
Yes. Because what people do is that they just go and jump in. And when they jump in, there was a time I wanted to go into plastic. Listen, I didn't learn. I bought the land for plastic. I want to go to plastic production. Yes. By the time I bought the land, I was lucky I met this guy who you just started the business. And I was already regretting. And now I met, okay, what is the issue? So I've invested over 500 billion here. That there are some Indian people that will come and they're selling, what they're selling is even less than his cost price. I said, how are they doing it? I don't know. He said he doesn't know. Power alone was draining him, the cost of power. But he has invested 500 million already in it. Possibly maybe with loan too. I said, thank God, it's only land that I bought. I can resell the land. I didn't need to go. By the time I did further research and asked further questions, in as much as it's a good venture, but when I saw the way the secrets involved and the things, I said, no, it's not for me. It's not for me. So discipline is important. Knowledge is important. And then I always say this, just pray. I'm sorry I'm sounding religious. But pray. That's the truth. You see, sometimes the things if I was told I was going to be an agent, a realtor, I don't like realtor sounds too, agent, I would say no. Because I studied accounting. I'm a chartered accountant. I have masters in accounting. I have CISA, Certified Information System Audit. I'm a red. Everything about me tells me that it's through this career.
Accounting.
Somehow I'll grow.
It has to be accounting.
Yes, I'm going to make money. I'm not using ICANN now. I'm not even using the CISA. I have masters. It's the other day I'm just telling myself maybe I will go and do a PhD so that they will just add doctor in front of my name. You see the way I call him Mr. Emeka. Maybe if I do PhD, they don't add Dr. Emeka. But really, what I'm doing now, if I was told that was how I was going to get to where I am right now, I would say no. What eventually made me successful had nothing to do with degree. Anybody can be a realtor. The learning may have helped me structure myself and planned when the breakthroughs came. You see what I'm saying? But it's not necessarily what or the things I envisage will be. And that's where we pray. See, let me tell you, sometimes, majority of the time, If you read Femi Etodola's book,
Yeah.
you discover that majority of what gives us this breakthrough are not things we knew. Are things we just tried and it just worked.
Sure. In the process.
In the process, it just worked and wow. It just happened.
It's true. You're very true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
very true.
you have to pray. But you see, what I also want to raise again is this, is in the context of knowledge too. When you're in an environment, you want to be rich in an environment. Don't try to be rich doing what you are doing. Study the environment to find out where the money in that environment is. Make money first before you pursue passion.
So when you're in an area, find out what.
Just look for the 10 billionaires in that area, 20 billionaires. Chances are that you see 2 or 3 that are doing the same thing. I'm not saying all of them will be there, but go and check. Most of the times, those billionaires, there's something they're doing. That business line of business they're doing in that area, that is where the money of that area is. So whether you're passionate about it or not, just go and plug yourself there. When you make money, then later you pursue passion. You see Bill Gates, Microsoft making wealthy, right?
Yeah.
Now he's pursuing passion. Is it Microsoft? No.
Correct.
Your passion will only make sense when you're successful. And to be honest with you, people don't care how much you know. They want to know how much what you know have made you successful. So people don't pay attention to you because you know. They pay attention to you because they know you are successful.
Very true.
So you have to pursue success first. When you get it, then you now pursue passion.
This brings me into something very important. How do you really build wealth when your entire family depends on your already limited income? In Africa, here we call it black tax. And when does generosity becomes financial self-destruction? You know, just like you said you came from a very poor background. And I know at some point your family was depending on you. And if you keep giving back 20% of, maybe you're earning 200,000, you keep giving back 20% every month back home. When you add your bills and add your own life expenses, you might end up every month flat. So how do you build wealth in this African black tax context?
Okay, that's a good question. You know, I heard a podcast not too long from somebody, and the person said that for you to be successful, that you have to be wicked, something like that. He said you have to be wicked to your.
You have to be wicked.
Yes, by wicked he said, meaning he said a man that is crawling cannot go and carry another person.
True.
Right? Because if you two of them will fall and nobody will move. He said you need to be wicked. By me, wicked, he said abandon them. Go and establish yourself first. When you stand, then you cannot come back to help them. I agree with him because I understand the context with which he was speaking, but I don't completely agree with him.
Okay.
You see, when you talk about help, there are 2 major kinds of help.
Okay.
There is a help of, I'm helping you, but I know you'll come back tomorrow. For example, a child or someone in school, if you abandon the person and say, let me go and stand first before helping that person, I'm assuming that the home is that poor and God has helped you. You're the one that has secured a job, and you're not supposed to support the family in training 1 or 2 people in school, and you say, no, I need to establish myself before I can help. Time is going on their side. Time is going on their side. So there are basic help. What you can do is to work within a budget of what you have and explain to the family, these are the basic help. I will be able to do this. Don't cut off. The help I would say you should run away from until you are stabilized is what they call sacrificial help. Can I explain? You can give to people, but the kind of help that brings people out of poverty is sacrificial help. It takes sacrificial giving to liberate somebody from poverty, family member from poverty. Because you're not talking about giving them 20,000, giving them 30,000, and you'll be making noise that you're giving. It's good, you're trying. But you're not making it look like, I will not give them at all. Let me just cut off from everybody until I become successful. By the time you are back, somebody would have died because they didn't have 10,000 to buy malaria drugs or 5,000 to buy malaria drugs. Of what value is that your success? There has to be a balance. What kind of help are we talking about? Is it help to meet the basic needs because of how poor the family is? It now means that you that seen a little light will have to double your effort. And by doubling your effort, it means you must go for knowledge of how to make money. So while you're trying to help the family meet up with their subsistence needs, you're also trying to build capacity. Not necessarily. People think they become rich by saving their money. I've explained that wealth is not just money. So while you're making conscious effort to build relationships, you're making efforts to go for the right knowledge that will help you in case the opportunity comes, you take advantage of it. Whilst you're doing that, you don't abandon your family. You must help them. Except if the family has options. You know, there are two kinds of, when we make this, ask these questions, there's an assumption. The assumption is that maybe the family has options. So leave them because they have options.
Yeah, in most cases, there's no option.
If there is no option, will you? I'm not saying go and open a factory for anybody. But come on, send them money to eat. Send them money. Don't join all these people talking on social media. Hey, because you're not working. You're not thinking that you're giving. How much are you giving? 20,000 you're giving every month. You're earning 200,000. And that 20,000, you know that they're managing it to survive. You know that the family depends on you for that. For you to even be in that state, it means that the family possibly contributed for you to even go to school.
Somehow.
Yes, it means they. So if there are options for survival, I understand. And if they're asking for what you cannot give, I also understand. But if it's just basic things, those basic things are not the things that will make you rich. Don't be deceived. People say, little drops of water, food is a lie. How many ocean have you seen filled with little drops of water? It's a lot of water that fills an ocean, that makes an ocean. Don't be deceived. What I'm trying to say is this.
Yeah.
To change their life so that they don't depend on you,
Yeah.
you need to do sacrificial giving. I've done it to a couple of people. We have to raise box sum of money to establish them in a business. I couldn't have done that until I've established myself. They would be wicked to expect it from me whilst I was just a banker earning money salary.
Yeah.
But while I was a banker, families were calling me here and there, 10,000 here, 20,000 here, all those petty things. You should do those ones. All our advice is just work with a budget. Your salary is 200,000. I'm not going to give more than 30,000 in a month. So anybody that comes after that 30,000 says, sorry, next month. But somebody calls and say, hey, bros, thank God you're working. No, honestly, I need this 3 million. There's this business I've just learned. If I can just get this 3 million, tell you, okay, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Now, I can't do it. Don't promise them in the future. Let's see what. Tell them I cannot do it. Let them know what to expect from you. Okay? But when the pressure is high in that level, that's when I say, okay, leave them. Focus on building yourself. Build your business. Build whatever you're doing until you are able to now give out 3 million and your business is still standing. I don't believe that people should give their capital of business. I don't believe that you should take your business capital and go and say you're helping somebody.
Yeah.
The person is being built and you, that is the source, is being destroyed.
Sure.
Even when you want to diversify in business, for example, you don't diversify and destroy the primary source.
Correct.
You make sure the primary source is stable. Then from there, you build other sources of income. Now, the question is you knowing when to stop. Because you see, when you start building and the quest of money comes in, it's never ending. You always want more. You want to make more.
Yeah.
The question is, when do you really stop to reach out to others? When do you stop to empower others to start to?
Yeah.
So your ability to discern and know that, okay, yeah, we've built this structure, we're a bit stable. You know from your cash flow, the money you're making for your businesses.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You know, okay, at this point I should be able to, if I can give her this 5 million, it won't affect.
Yeah.
But I'm also using it to establish somebody. Remember, if another person rises in the family, the pressure of those subsistence, this will also reduce from you. Sure. It means you are now two. And because you're the one that helped to raise the person, when the person stabilizes, it's easier for you to go, hey, Oga, send 10,000 to this person.
Sure.
Send 20,000 to this person. The person will.
Yeah.
I have guys that have raised down that sometimes if I want to reach out to some ministries or men of God, I call them, hey, I want to do this. I need 1 million from you. They will send. I need 500 from you. They will send. Do you know why? Because I was instrumental in helping them stabilize. So the burden on me is also reducing as they are growing. Correct. So, but the question is, when do you really say no? It depends on what they're asking for. And it depends on your capacity. So if you're earning salary and they're coming all the time, make sure, apart from the one you brought out for giving, you have the one that you are saving. Because if you are not saving, chances are that you remain where you are. You also need to save to be able to have passive investments when the opportunity comes.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So again, for someone who feels stuck, confused, and somehow behind, he has this idea that I am built for more, but somehow I am stuck, I am confused, and I have the sense of being behind, but knows that deep down they are meant for more. What is your message to them? You know that you are built to do more, but right now it looks like you can't do more. You are just stuck where you are. Yeah.
find the people that are doing what you want to do. There's something they know that you don't know, and that's why you're stuck. So you find the people that are doing what you submit to mentorship. I see the solution in mentorship. I found out that 99% of the problems of the young people who have, the solution is in mentorship.
As high as 99.
See, I've done it in a year. I've seen some persons, I've looked at them and say, hey, just do this. Just guidance. That person that was stuck, stagnated, now is seeing little light. Mentorship can solve the problem of Nigeria. The challenge we have is we have wealthy people that are too busy trying to sustain their wealth. They don't care about the younger ones coming after. And the system we have, which is the system of the capitalists, they believe that the poorer the masses, the better for us.
Yeah.
But if everybody gets to the point where they've risen and they know that I can raise 10 other people to be like me. A man said that the greatest challenge in leadership is producing people that are like you, replicating yourself. And I agree with him. But you have to first discover that you've come this far and now you're a solution to many. Imagine yourself, 5 of yourself, being a solution to the same persons that you're a solution to. The world will become a better place.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? So people are stuck. They don't even have people that are approachable for mentorship. Some are too proud to submit to you for mentorship.
And even access to mentorship, is that easy? Is it easy?
Yes. Like I say, even Bible said the gift of the man maketh way for him. You're not there. Do you know that wealthy people have needs?
I do.
Imagine, I want help from you now. Do you know what I would do? At this, I'll just greet you. Hello, sir. Is there anything you need? I'm available, sir. I'm not doing much now. I'm available. In case you need somebody to help you do this, you need somebody to do, I'm available, sir. I'll be willing to do that for you for free. Really? Oh, okay. Sir, is there anybody handling your dry cleaning things? Is there anybody handling your this? You do that by offering services. You don't have money to give, but you have time. You have energy. Offer services for free to give you access. The gift of the man makes way for him. Buy a pack of handkerchief on his birthday. Sir, I don't have much, but sir, I thought of gifting you something. Really? What people don't know is that wealthy people don't get gifts because people are expecting from them. Nobody gives to them. The only time people give to them is political giving. When they give them, you already know this one is coming for one appointment. They know them. But they don't have young people who say, oh, I'm looking up to you. I want to just do something around them. You've marked something in their hearts. Guess what? The fact that you even told him that, I'm not doing anything, I'm free, I can help you do it. You'll be like, why are you even free, Oga? Why are you not doing anything? There are people who think like that.
Yeah.
And for it has opened a whole, it has created an opening for a whole new conversation. Why are you not doing anything? Person begins to ask, just those little gestures. Sir, I'm available, I can come and wash your cars in the morning before you go to work every day. Really? Now who is this person? Why does he want to do this? First of all, there's a point of contact. Either you go to the same church, or you live around the same environment, or try to create a point of contact. So that is the basis upon which when you are rendering service, the person will know, oh, this is the guy I met so place. Oh, you really? Why are you coming to my house this early to wash my car? Doesn't mean you're not doing anything. Yes, sir. For now, I'm not doing anything. But I just feel I can help you do this. Help you wash. The man will like, oh, he has to be a devil to just allow you to be washing this car every day for free and be going. One day you call your guy. So what can you do? How can I help you? This is what I'm doing. How can you learn this?
Sure.
See, so when they are stopped, and they're not moving at all, there's pride in it. Go and check.
There's pride.
There's pride. They need to humble themselves. There are people that feel too big to do some things.
Sure.
There's somebody I know, talks very well, amazing guy, intelligent, but nothing is working for him. I called him a few days ago. I said, come, calm down. All this big English and all these things, hi, calm down. Go and start from something else small. Start building. You will eventually come back to this thing, but start building something. Now, when you're even talking to people, one of the things people want to know when you're talking to them is not what you're saying. They want to know what you have done and you're successful in. It's not just talking, because everybody can talk. Nigerians are gifted, they can talk.
Sure.
What have you done and you're successful in
it?
It is based on that I can be confident to say, okay, you also be successful in this one. And nobody wants to put their time, energy, or resources in anything they don't pursue that's going to be successful. Even helping people. Do you know that people prefer to help people that are already at the verge of success because they just want to be part of their story?
Sure.
When they look at you and they discover that your route is very far, they say, oh, this guy.
The journey long.
The journey long for this one. Oh, how can we? The best they will do is just give you something small and leave you. Say, I've helped him.
I think you've mentioned it in part. What is the psychology of people who never learns?
Who never learned?
Never learns anything.
Their psychology is that they feel entitled at the end of the day. You see, knowledge will help you know when you deserve something or you don't deserve it. Ignorance will only create entitlement.
Ignorance creates entitlement.
You see, when you're knowledgeable, for example, if you know how to make 1 million, you will know how difficult it is to dash somebody 1 million. So even when you ask for 1 million, the person doesn't give you, because you know how difficult it is to raise 1 million.
Yeah.
You're like, I understand this guy. I know it's not easy. Even me, I know that. You hear people say, I want to ask you for something. I know it's difficult.
Yeah.
I want to ask you.
Yeah.
It's because the person
Understood.
knows how difficult. But when I need this, you don't give me. You say that the guy start talking on my name.
The wicked man.
Wicked guy. He's one is this.
I know he has the money.
Yeah, I know he has the money. And you see, ignorant people, when they come to you, for example, for help, they assume that they are the only ones asking you for help. You know, you need to be wealthy to know that you can be seated like this and 100 people are asking you for money.
I know how it feels. Sometimes my head is exploding.
You are thinking, how should I do this one first? 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 100 people at the same time are asking you for money.
Your inbox is low.
But you know what happened?
Yeah.
An ignorant person does not know because nobody's asking him for money.
Sure.
So he's assuming that it's more money asking for. He or she is assuming that they're the only person asking you for help and you have refused to help them. Because that person has never been in the position for people to ask him or her for help.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that there are 100 people asking you for help. He's assuming that he's the only person and that for as long as you have not met that their need, you're a wicked person. It creates a sense of entitlement around them.
Yeah.
And one of the things for me now I've learned to do lately, I'm not quick to help people anymore.
You're not quick.
No. I've done it before and it didn't work. People don't value what they get easily. I said, now, you want money from me?
Yeah.
You will show me where you've done apprenticeship. Including some people that there are some I've already promised them I was going to give them money.
Yeah.
But anytime I want to, that restraint is there.
Yeah.
Because I have seen wasted resources. People you've given money, wasted. There's someone I gave money to do business. The guy spent close to 60% of the money to pay for a house, rented a house. And now started telling him that he would do the business from the house.
60%
of the money
on a place where he will live.
Yes. And after paying for the place down, there's no bed, there's nothing. And he said that because he wants to be living there and that he will not do the business from there.
Okay, he will live there without stock or inventory.
That's how the money wasted. 1 year ended, he moved out of the place. The remaining 40% was just, every day you leave, now money is going.
Yeah.
Bought one generator, but he eventually sold the generator. I discredited it because I later discovered that he didn't even have the skill for the business. He was more like an agent. He's using people who have the skill and gets customer and connects them. So I said, no, it's not going to happen again. What I would do going forward is you must learn the business. You must submit to somebody as an apprentice because it's one thing to have knowledge.
Yeah.
It's to have experiential knowledge. Experiential is after you've done hands-on things you've touched, things you've practiced before. I'll say, okay, now you're ripe to do your own. And that's when I invest money. I started in 2024. And the few I've started, I see they're doing okay because they went through that process.
Yeah.
Ignorant person. If you like, give him money that fills this house, he will come back to you. And guess what? The next time he asks you, you don't give him. He doesn't remember that you've given him before because he's still ignorant.
True.
The reason why he doesn't remember is because first of all, he doesn't know the value of that one you gave him.
First one you gave.
Because he has never worked for it.
True.
Number two, he actually does not remember because he's ignorant.
Actually doesn't remember because he's ignorant too.
And that's why you see them talking about you, how you've not helped them, you've not. But guess what? The day you call them one-on-one and you begin to remind them of the things you've done for them, they'll be like, because they feel that their success is dependent on you. You're supposed to hold them by the hand until they succeed. No. I tell even my staff that work with me, I will help you, but you want to be wealthy, you have to pay the price. I can only help you do the basic things. You can help you even get a house found. I've done it for a couple of us. Buy you a house where you live. Take your house. I want the car, can give you. Eh? You are receiving salary that will feed. It's okay. But you want to be wealthy, I will not do it for you. Because if I do it for you, you won't know what it takes to raise another wealthy person. That wealth is wasted. The beauty of wealth is not so much that you have, because how much are you going to eat?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you and I'm not eating today. I ate 1 meal.
Yeah.
How much do we spend?
So discover
The whole idea behind it is that you are able to use it to impact and influence and raise others.
Very true.
So if you don't have the know-how, although you're wealthy, you're just a wasted wealthy person, because you can't replicate it.
Sure. Wow. Mr. Emeka would like to say thank you from ULab, and I hope this conversation will extend it to another time. Eh? Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for staying by and completing this video. But we have another video somewhere on the screen that will take you deeper into the knowledge that you want, that will change your life. So click somewhere on the screen for the next video showing. You will love it. It is about your well-being and the psychology that you need to flourish. This is ULab, and we are here to make sure that your life gets better. Thank you. So click on it somewhere on the screen, and I'll see you there.